Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at another often overlooked item that should be in your get home bag or your bug out bag. No, it's not going to be your primary fixed blade knife. That one's rather obvious. This is going to be a companion knife. Now this particular companion knife is it's literally named the Mora companion knife. This particular one is in stainless steel, but a good companion knife in stainless steel with a blade around 4 inches, something with a nice minimalist sheath, just as you see here, is going to be a needed addition in your bags. Why? Well, when you have one primary knife, anything happens to it and you're going to have to rely on the blade on your multi-tool or the blade on your pocket knife to get things done, and those blades are rather small. So it's a good idea to have a second fixed blade knife in your bag, something that's smaller, shorter, more compact, less expensive, and preferably stainless steel, especially if your main knife is carbon steel. With stainless steel and an uncoated blade, you can use this for food prep if you have to. Now, as I mentioned, this particular companion knife is the Mora companion knife in stainless steel. They do make carbon steel versions if you really prefer. Now, Mora is from Sweden, and this knife is made in Sweden. Currently, the company is 4 generations old, so they definitely have some experience in making knives. The knife sheath is made from polymer, which means plastic. The handle is a combination of plastic and TPE rubber. The black portion is rubber. It's not soft, but it's also not rock hard. This thing, it's not gonna slip if your hand is wet, if your hand is sweaty. It's a really comfortable handle. Blade is 4 inches long. Handle is just under 4.5. It has a Scandi grind, which means there's no secondary bevel, which actually makes it easier to sharpen. All you need is a flat bench stone or a flat pocket stone. Place the blade flat on the stone and gradually lift up until the cutting edge itself makes contact with the stone, and that's where you're going to be sharpening it from. You don't have to guess what angle to use with most knives that have a secondary bevel, so that's good. And being stainless steel, Mora uses 12C27 as their stainless steel of choice across the line, except on their Garberg model. That one uses a better stainless steel. However, 12C27 does an excellent job of corrosion resistance. No, it's not going to hold an edge a very long time, but if you do end up using this knife a lot, it is going to be easy to sharpen once again. I haven't taken it out of the sheath because the blade is polished, uncoated. It's not going to stay that way for long once you start using it. But thankfully it is an uncoated blade, so you can use it for food prep if need be. There is a drainage hole at the bottom of the sheath, and you can typically find these things online if you hunt around a little bit for right around $16. Not $60, $16. Normally I would never recommend a $16 knife for any sort of serious work, but Mora is definitely the exception to the rule. They have an excellent reputation and they've earned it. So let's take a closer look. The sheath does come with a functional clip, molded plastic. This will fit through a belt loop. You can put a lanyard through the top, wear it as a large neck knife on the outside. There's this little thumb ramp here that you can push off of to get the knife out. As you can see, very polished handle, very comfortable with that TPE rubber handle. The blade itself will tell you if yours is stainless steel or carbon steel. As you can see, the cutting edge is like a traditional bushcraft knife in that it goes all the way to the back. You rarely see that on most knives. And there is a small lower guard here that will prevent your hand from slipping out onto the blade. Now, the only thing most people don't like, it does not have a 90-degree spine. So right out of the box, you're not going to be using this to throw sparks with your fire steel. However, many people do grind a 90-degree spine onto it, and it's quite easy. Now, as I said, this is a companion knife. This is not designed for self-defense. This is not designed for stabbing. This is designed for mundane chores in a camping wilderness situation or a bug out situation where you end up going through the wilderness, or a get home situation where you have to travel through the wilderness in order to get home. Companion knives typically have a 4 to 4.5 inch blade. Now, the reason why this is good, again, if you lose your primary knife, you're going to need a good backup knife. And the small blade on your multi-tool or pocket knife, or God forbid if all you have is a tiny keychain knife, just isn't going to cut it. It can be demoralizing if you lose your primary knife, or even worse, if it breaks because you selected a cheap one. And you know what? With something like this, for less than $20, you can still keep going. Another reason why you want a companion knife in your get-home bag or your bug-out bag, you might be with someone, a trusted individual. Hey, they might not have anything on them. You can let them borrow your companion knife. Now they can help you get stuff done. The two of you can make it out together. So those are the two main reasons why you want a companion knife. This is extremely lightweight. It weighs barely anything. And once again, Mora has an absolutely excellent reputation. This is the only sub $20 knife that I would ever recommend someone put in their get-home bag or in their bug-out bag. It is absolutely excellent. It can definitely get the job done. I wouldn't recommend it as a primary knife, but as a companion knife, as a secondary knife, absolutely. If anything happens to your primary knife, you're good to go. If you're traveling with a trusted individual and they don't have a knife on them, now they do. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.